Hello students, welcome to a video lecture on web technology and its applications. This is the course overview and these are the course outcomes. In the last class we have started with how to modify a DOM element through the objects of the JavaScript. We have DOM functions like create text node, remove child, append child. So by using this you can add any number of HTML elements. You can just remove it also. You can add inner HTML tags as well. So this we have seen with one of the example in the previous video lecture as well. So let us see how to change a element's style. Even it is giving a provision to change the style property of a particular HTML. This is the way we do it. We can add or remove any style by using the style or class name property of the element node. Here is an example which is changing a node's background color and adding a 3 pixel border to it. So what we are doing is declaring a variable comment tag which is storing the ID of a element returned by this particular function document.getElement by ID, a particular tag. Then this particular variable is used to access or to modify the element style of this particular element whose ID is specific tag. Okay, so this is the way it is used. Variable name dot style dot background color. So we are going to style attribute. In that we are taking a particular property as a background color which is assigned with this particular color, right? So this is how it is possible to set the background color of any element of the HTML through the JavaScript as well, by means of making use of the approach of the DOM elements. So similarly you can set it to set the border width for that particular ID, that particular element having the ID as specific tag as well. This is the way we do it. This is comment dot tag, that is referring to the element. Then style property, style attribute, in that you are going for border width, you are assigning 3 pixels to that border width. Even you can make use of class name also for this. This is the way we do it. We have similarly accessed the first line is seen, that is you are storing a variable name which is accessing a particular element by its ID. Then in the second line you can observe we are assigning a class name to some new class name for that. Then using that class you can it is introducing a class list element which allows you to add, remove or toggle a CSS class on an element. So this is the way you can do it. So label dot class list dot add class, this is the way you can add the class, remove class as well. So these are the properties which can be edited or which can be set or removed by means of these particular what properties like href, name, source, value, all these can be directly modified. You know that href is used with the tag anchor where you are specifying the URL to a link, right? And name is used with many of the attributes like anchor tag, input tag, form tag. Not necessary, it is not limited to only these tags, it can be used with any tag. Source we use it with image tag, input tag, iframe, script source we are using, style tag we are using the source, right? So value again we are using value to radio buttons, checkboxes, text area, submit button, to all these we are, for all the form elements we are using this value property. So let us go for the important concept of JavaScript, that is event handling. So what are all the JavaScript events that we'll see here? JavaScript event is an action that can be detected by JavaScript. So similar to events in any other programming language like JavaScript is also supporting events. We say then that an event is triggered and then it can be caught by JavaScript function which is then going to respond in as a reaction to that action. So we'll see in the original JavaScript events, how it works, event could be specified right in HTML markup itself with the hooks to the JavaScript code, and still they are used practically. As more powerful frameworks, we also have a listener's approach, which is similar to the mechanism used in Java language. So these are the two approaches: old technique where we are using a inline technique, and the other one is a new one, layered listener technique we say. So now first we'll see the first approach of using it with the HTML elements itself. Like here we have a script written for a particular example. Source is inline.js. So you know that usually when we are writing a embedded kind of JavaScript which is applicable to that particular document itself, we are inserting it inside the head section of the HTML document, and in the body section we have a form example here. As you can observe, we have a form created having the name as main form, and we have called that event here itself, on submit equal to validate this. So this is the event handler on submit. This is the way to call the event handler of the JavaScript, where it is used in the HTML itself in inline technique, right? We are using with the element itself, so as a attribute on submit. So this is when you click on the meaning of this is when you submit this form, when you click on the submit button of this form, then it is going to call a particular function of a JavaScript that is specified in inline.js. So what is the function name is validate. For this is passed. So you know about this pointer. So this pointer is a pointer which holds the address of an object with which it is called. So we are calling it with a form element. So when it is submitted, it is called with this particular form itself, right? So we have certain input what is that, text boxes, 2 text boxes and a submit button. This can also be called like this, on click equal to, or rather than including this attribute with the form element, you can also do it with the submit button as well. So when you click on submit, you can call it through the event handler on click also, validate this. So both of these are going to call this inline.js. So you can just see here we have called the other function, that is focus, with the text box, first text box, on hover, on focus. These are all event handler used with the JavaScript. By using this also you can call. The other approach is by using the new technique, that is a listener approach technique. So here we have a JavaScript written, right? You can just observe we haven't specified any kind of the event handler inside the HTML elements, right? So it is not appearing here, rather it is there in the JavaScript code itself. So let us see the details about the inline event handler approach. Say for example, if you have a division element inside a program whose ID is example1, and we are calling the particular function of JavaScript alert with the message as hello, and event handler is on click, right? So on click, when you click on the division, click for pop-up is a message being displayed. When you click on the division, it has to react. So what has to be done is it is displaying a hello message to the user when you click on it. Okay. So the other approach is listener approach. The way it is created is it should be written inside the JavaScript part itself. So you are creating a variable by the name greeting box. Any name can be given for a variable, right? By using it is assigned with the return value of the call document.getElement by ID. Some ID is passed. For this you are using on click, then you are displaying alert, right? So this is the old style. The same can be modified here by adding add event listener. So what is the event you are adding is click. What is the action there itself is written. Add event listener, mouse is taken out, then it is displaying the goodbye. So you are attaching a event as click. When it is clicked, it is displaying a good morning. So this is how you can make use of a listener approach, that is DOM to approach, by using the registering the listener. So we'll see the more details on event handling approach in the next video as well. Thank you.